Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. We have some physique updates from the Black Rambo, as well as some news from Kai Greene. Haven't heard from him in quite a while. Mike the Badass, aka Sommerfeld, teasing at the open division as well. A couple classic guys in this show teasing at that, as well as Brett Wilkins talking about starting his physique prep, right? Starting his prep January 1st on that recent Mute in the Mouth podcast, as well as Robin Strand showing some very impressive 300 plus pound physique updates. So if you're new here, I'm your host, Josh Sanch. Thanks for checking in and watching another episode here on the Bodybuilding News Network. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this style of content. And I almost forgot some Kai Greene news, so I did want to throw this in on the front real quick. Kai Greene announcing that he'll be doing a little bit of a little brand switch up. He actually left Redcon, so it seems that everyone's leaving Redcon at this point, and he joined a company called Core Champs. Now, this is a brand that I've never heard of, so I'm not sure what the incentive was here for him to move from Redcon to this brand, if it was just a financial move or if it was an opportunity for him to, get some stake in the company, or if this is actually kind of like a behind the scenes, one of his own companies. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him do any interviews talking about the brand specifically. So if you do know anything, or Kai, if you end up watching this video, we'd love to hear what the move was and what the reasoning was, because I think Redcon was a good fit for him, and you got to think they were paying him a lot of money since Blessing left. He was kind of like that last big name there. And I know they brought on like the Daniel and Bailey and and that whole team, but I don't think particularly anyone cares about a fake natty. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news. Kai Greene switching up to a new sponsor. So congratulations to him, and best of luck to him in the future. But let's go ahead and hop right into Brett Wilkins. Not Wilkins. Apologies, Brett. I know I always mess it up, and you let me know I do mess it up. Sharing some news over on the Mutant in the Mouth podcast. I literally just finished the entirety of the podcast this morning. I was listening to it last night when I was putting together these graphics for you fine individuals, and he was sharing some information about his prep, and he had some issues with the lining of his stomach completely dissolving and going away, but it sounds like that's better now, and he's going to start his prep January 1st. So I'm excited to hear that. Best of luck to Brett Wilkins, and making sure he's nice and healthy. Moving right along, keeping this nice and exciting for you guys. We have some updates from Mike Sommerfeld, sharing some ideas maybe of doing the open division with these physique updates in his most recent Instagram post, as well as his most recent picture, or at least posing routine, right, from, I thought it was Colombia. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was a South American show. It had the horrendous backdrop that everyone really started talking about, and I continue to champion that conversation. I do not mind taking the hits, and I'm excited to hear exactly what he has planned for the open division, because he is qualified for the 2024 Olympia and Classic. So why not, get ready for the open and do a show in the open. He's done the 212 before, get ready for the open, try it out. And then if he doesn't like what he sees, or if he doesn't win a show, then diet down and get ready for the Classic Olympia, which I think he's still very competitive for. So exciting to hear that. If we move along to, is it France or Spain? I do apologize. I think it's Spain. We have Joan Pals doing a little, not guest posing, and I don't mean to say little as in like it's belittling. It's just a terminology. It's a manner of speaking. Doing a show in Spanish, I believe it is, and it was kind of cool. I watched the whole clip, and they had a bunch of different people coming on, and these two hosts were guessing the weight of all their contenders, and Joan, I apologize, hopped on there, and it was fun. You should check it out. There's more to it on his Instagram, so check that out. But we also have some physique updates on the right, showing around 180 kilograms, looking very nice. So I'm excited to see what he's got going on in the offseason and what shows he decides to do. And we have from the fans, ladies and gentlemen, you guys let me know in the community tab that you wanted to have this Martin Fitzwater story included, him and Brady King. Brady's a classic Olympian and converted to the open division. And these two are training together down in Destination Dallas, Texas, at that gym there. And I like what I'm seeing from Martin. He's a very impressive guy. He did amazing at the Arnold UK, what was it, in 2022? And then he took the 23 season off. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't seen him in a little bit. He did take some time off, and I think he's been making improvements. I like what I'm seeing from him. And overall, just a very phenomenal, very impressive physique. I think he's a little bit on the shorter end, maybe like 5'6", which for competitive pros, it's actually pretty standard. But again, excited to see what he's going to be doing in 2024. Everyone's slowly starting to announce their starting prep. So we're going to see a lot of guys getting on stage in just under 12 to 14-ish weeks out. So make sure y'all stay in tune. Next up, we have Chris Bumstead, of course, a good CBUM story. And he did the hair transplant surgery over in Turkey, not Hungary. So I didn't make that little correction. It was in Turkey. And because of that surgery, he's unable to train currently. So he's getting kind of like that itch, wanting to get back into the gym. And he thought he'd sprinkle in this little teaser footage from when he was prepping for the Olympia. And I thought it looked really good, really great lighting. He brought phenomenal shape, phenomenal conditioning, and this is before he even put tan on. So you got to remember, the dude's just such a freak, and I love seeing any content related to CBUM. There was also, I know Courtney was posting a picture, his wife, I believe they're married, yeah, his wife posting some pregnancy updates, and you can see Chris in the background with with the haircut, and he just looks like, I don't want to say like a stepdad as in like it being disrespectful, but like he was just like full dad mode, just standing there watching, and I just loved the look, and I thought it was really funny, and I thought I just wanted to share that quick little story with you guys. But like I said, Chris Bumstead in this recent video talking about him not being able to train, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of content he's coming out with in the near future. You got to remember, 5-time classic champion, going for the 6, hopefully, in 2024. We will find out soon enough. Robin Strand sharing some physique updates, over 300 pounds. And, you know, I think a lot of people aren't talking about the weight cap as much anymore, and everyone pushing that 300 pounds. But for Robin, I mean, this guy is known. He did last year. He did a crazy bulk. He did a very... I don't want to say dirty bulk, but he's just a big dude. He takes the offseason very seriously. He puts on a lot of weight, ladies and gentlemen, and I think he looks phenomenal. He looks huge. He made a huge splash last year in New York, and I'm expecting to hopefully we're going to get to see him on stage again in 2024. It looks like he's at peak off season, and he's saying his joints and everything are healthy. He's ready to drop the hammer on prep eventually. I'm sure Robin will tag us when he does make that decision. But thanks for that update, Robin. It's always nice to have the pros posting updates, keeping bodybuilding exciting. And last but certainly not least, I don't know if I've ever talked about the Black Rambo here on our channel, but he has been sharing some physique updates and somewhat of a teaser, if you will. Danielle, I apologize, of course, I always butcher names, but Danielle sharing some teaser footage and physique updates in his off season, still looking really sharp and clean. Talking about, what is his overall goal with the off season? Is it a certain weight? Is it a certain number? Or is his end goal maybe to make a little splash in the open as well? So him and Mike both teasing at open debuts, open competitions in 2024. Very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts down below on all these stories. Check out the community tab for some more news articles and some topics for the next video. And make sure you guys let me know what you want to hear. I'm your host, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.